Morning, everybody. It's Tom. We have got Summer Sprint 1989 playoff game just started. We missed a couple of plays. Saturday morning special here. I've got my glasses on, and they're making it harder to read the font in the game. Bear with me. But we have, I can't really see right here. We've got Brian's Erie Silence against Michael's Ohio. What's Michael's team this year? Ohio something or others. We've got 3rd and 10 New Millens in the game. At quarterback here, Neil Anderson's the normal running back for Erie. Craig Hayward's in this situation. That's 7 pass blocking against Michael's formidable pass rush. Hey, my wife's taking off my glasses. The nickel 3-3-5 showing blitz. Long pass Mervin Fernandez. Michael stays home. Receiver reading on 3, not on 6. Incomplete on Mervin's card. On a 5. He's maxed out, I think. 6, 11, 14, 15, 21. This is a big play format, so it's always dangerous to show blitz and not blitz in this format. It's a bad punt goal, only 28 yards for Erie. Just across midfield, and fair catch signaled by Troy Stratford, the former Miami Dolphin running back. This is the 1989 season. As pretty much everyone listening knows. I'm pretty sure I'm good to go here with my broadcast. A little rusty. So Michael comes out with excellent field position. 1st and 10, his own 47 after stopping Erie in their first possession. Erie's runs a 3-4 defense. They go average and average, I believe. Michael won this game in the regular season. This matchup, 31-16 or something like that. And run left to Johnny Hector. Defense calls run of defensive end +1 and +5. Richard Bird, 4-4 makes the play. I gotta take his glasses off. I'm gonna go mute for a moment. Got a 2nd down and 9. Michael likes to run the ball and throw flat passes. He has mixed in the occasional bomb with this team. Roy Green is a deep threat covered by 6, however. But Mike Dyer, this tight end's got good passing in his card. Off tackle left to Johnny Hector. There's a blitz of 1 guy there. Nose tackle -1 or +3. It's a loss of 1. Pushes Michael back to a 3rd and 10. Michael plays. He likes to get that good pass defense. Here he's got a good, I believe, with a hellacious defensive line in terms of the pass rush. Not his forte, playing for the sack. But he stands around a lot. He had the #1 defense in the league in terms of scoring allowed. And he likes to play a conservative offense, run the ball, throw flat passes. So combine those elements, and you can play even better defense, right? Michael's coaching better. He's improving a lot. You know, he's only been around a couple of years, but I think he prefers this format. He knows that if he gets that good defense and just stands around, he can be competitive. That's what he's done. He's 12-5, the 2 seed. More than competitive, thriving. Let's see if he can win this game. He'd be very excited to get to the semifinals at a minimum. Maybe this team can go further. 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun. He brings in Troy Stratford. And a short pitch to J.T. Smith being covered by 5. There's 4 men there. And it's incomplete on Bobby Hebert's card. Needs a 7, 9, or 12. With 8 units of must run. Well, Michael will punt it and play field position, hoping he can win out on this after a bad punt by Erie. A 46-yard punt that'll be down to about the 7. It's kind of a tough decision there, whether to return it or let it bounce. But Brian returns it, and 5 is 8 yards from Mark Reed. 1st and 10 for Erie at the on a 15-yard line. There's Neil Anderson. Michael chose this opponent Under Dennis's formula, you get to, if you're the higher seed, you choose which of the lower seeds you want to play. And when those available, looks like a right New Anderson defense gets the pass. 11 is +5. I think Michael likes to get a fair amount of pass, but he has to respect Neil Anderson. And we see Brian's going with Hugh Millen. So he's going to try and go West Coast against this 4-3. Nullify that pass rush a little bit. Fly pass right to Neil Anderson. Defense calls run is complete. 9 yards and a first down. The big bugaboo with Hugh Millen was an 18.5 snap fumble. And right to Neil Anderson, guessed correctly, loss of 1. So Brian calling plays very quickly. As Michael playing at a more deliberate pace. For a playoff game particularly, some pretty fast coaching here by Brian on the offensive side. Second down, then 11 for Erie. Neil Anderson, a great card, a great year. 2 excellent receivers, well, 2 very dangerous receivers, short pass or long pass with Willie Gault and Mervyn Fernandez from the 1989 Raiders. This is the 1989 season draft league. And we're right Neil Anderson, defense gets his pass. Long game, Neil Anderson busts a 54-yard run. Very tough. You just have to, you really have to respect this card in all situations. And he had a huge year, for Brian. You know, that's where his bread is buttered. You know, that's where he wants to go in the big spot. And with the first big play of the game, all the way down to the Ohio 18, looking past the Hobie Brenner. Defensive close run. Picked off 2-5, picked off on the defense's card. And Michael attempts to return it and gets a 20-yard return. So it's a 4, picked off. 2-5 was picked off on the good. On the average, that might not have been an interception. I don't know the flat pass on the average. I don't know if it's 2-4 and 12 or worse than that. It probably is 2-4, so probably still picked off. Hugh Millen has thrown a lot of interceptions for this team this year. He's been a turnover machine, really. But you can see with the pass rush matchup and the good pass defense why Brian is preferring him to Chris Miller. But you does throw the picks. And Brian, I guess, complaining a little bit about Hugh Millen hitting the splits. I don't have to tell you. You have a high interception quarterback. What I've learned is that high interception quarterbacks throw interceptions. So that's the way it goes. Back-to-back headaches. I don't think there was a pick on the first possession. Was there? Not that I saw. Wolf took a right free McNeil, gets wrong. Traded 5, gains 2 yards. Midway through the first quarter, second down and 8. I'm having the hardest time with these glasses is the font and the showboard game details. So this might not be my best call ever. We'll see. Second down and 8. Off the right, Johnny Hector defense double teams. Nose tackle +4, +9. Doug Smith, the 4, makes a play. Sets up a 3rd and 4. For Ohio at their own 38. Three wide, 1 halfback. I have to say, some of the guys I've noticed, well, I shouldn't say this, but some of the guys I feel like who have come from other leagues or newer online, to me anyway, they complain about luck a lot more than the guys that play in my established. When this for me for family of leagues, pretty much no one complains about luck, for the most part. Like during the game, certainly. But these other guys like to play luck during the game. A draw play gets correctly on 3rd and 4. Michael running the draw. It's not a good decision there. Would have been no gain anyway, but lost 1. And Ohio is the Ohio Glory. Ohio Bobcats. And they'll punt it with Ruben Rodriguez. And the punt goes 43 yards, and it's an 8-yard return. Even in the show card image, glasses are not helping me. It's blurry. I have to get these off. And we take a minute break here. Brian has a personal issue, and sometimes he'll be needing a break here or there, which of course is totally fine. Really important real life stuff to deal with. And I needed one moment. I'm going to go mute for one moment. I'm going to leave the glasses on. So we had it was a 54-yard run. Neil Anderson followed by the. See, I hate when the default is set. Why would you not set up show other highlights on box score? I don't understand. Maybe it's an oversight. Dennis, is your league set up this way? I know it's the playoff league. But I hate that. I hate when I try to look at a box score from somebody's game and they don't have the show the highlights on. And this says it's set for it for this league, and you get in the games. Maybe it's a strat bug. So we'll probably be a few minutes here. Brian has a situation with his wife that he's dealing with, and she needs his assistance at times. Not too different, I suppose, from my own situation, where at times I need to take 5-minute breaks from the game to take care of something. As those of you who have played me know. Now I click to put on the other items. It's back pretty quickly. It was a 54-yard run for Neil Plummer before the Millen interception. Okay. Michael's a very patient man, as anyone should be in this situation, of course. But just in general, Michael is patient, so we're in good shape here. And I'll see if I can click on the right window. Okay. 1st and 10 for Brian at his own 28. Goes pro set backfield. Doesn't like to use Buford Jordan at all. Lon McNeil Anderson, defense calls run. Left tackle 0-13, no gain. Henry Thomas the 5 on a 5. Michael has very strong defensive line. Here goes 4-5-6-6 with tremendous pass rush. We have a 2nd down and 10. This offense has a lot of big play capability, even though he's got Millen on a quarterback. Because you've got Neil Anderson, he's got the short gains, he's got the long gains, a 59-yard run on 3, I think, on off tackle. Colton Fernandez, and run right to Neil Anderson, short gain. 1st down, 17 yards. So Michael said, I'm going to plug the zone and call pass. But Brian's been hitting his card with Neil. Yeah, 2nd and 10, a little too much pass call from Michael here. Because this is where the bread is buttered on this offense. And you can't let him get comfortable. 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11, you can call run. Short pass, Ruben Fernandez, incomplete. What the receiver gets wrong, so a timely pass call from Michael. Brian's doing a little of the obvious counter, right? 1st and 10 pass, 2nd and 10 run. So as a defensive coach, you're going to be aware of that. Now we have the 2nd and 10. He's run it twice here. Will he run it again? This is a big cat and mouse spot here. Looking pass, guessed correctly by Michael. And down goes you Millen on the flat pass sack. Billy Ray Smith, not Billy Ray Cyrus, coming in on the blitz. And Millen thrown for a loss. Flat pass sack, you don't see it too often, but you do see it. This one was 1-11. So now in 3rd and 11, only a 1-yard sack because of the flat pass. It's a 3 wide, 1 fullback. Ironhead is in there. With Ironhead in there, Michael doesn't really have to fear the draw, like he might have to respect with Neil Anderson. Michael's showing blitz. One blitz, Willie Gault's only blitzing one. He's playing with fire here. It's complete on Chris Miller's card. Gets right for 28 yards. I mean, with Chris Miller in the game, I want to blitz a couple of guys. 3rd and 11. I mean, well, he does have a 7 at left tackle, but the one safety blitz. And then he's got Ironhead. I know Michael doesn't. I know Michael doesn't. He didn't even show. He didn't blitz that time. It was a black die 5, but nothing came up here, so he didn't blitz the safety. He showed. I mean, he's got a good defense. He's number 1 in the league in points scored allowed this year. So whatever he's doing is working. But you got this dominant pass rush, and you get at 3rd and 11. You're showing blitz, and then you're blitzing someone else, but not the safety. I'm not sure what the point of that was really. We want to make sure that the other guy gets a chance at a long game. I'm not sure. And I know I don't know. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. You show blitz. You might as well blitz the safety. And if you have a dominant pass rushing matchup, which you have here, I mean, a dominant straw. There are 2 7s there because of the left tackle and the blocking back. You get all these animals, 10s, 11s, and 12s. Unleash the beast. Why not let these? Chris Miller stinks at flat passing, and Neil Anderson's not even in the game. Plus, if you blitz at least 2 guys, it's flat pass right. So I'm not sure. But you give yourself no chance. You give yourself greatly reduced chance of the sack. I think what he did was he blitzed one linebacker and then moved the free safety to cover that zone. You're better off blitzing the safety and leaving the linebacker there because you get all the extra chances on the 3, 4, and 5 on the black die. What would be saying the D's are automatic pass rush and the blanks become a pass rush opportunity with the free safety blitzing. Different chart, reduced chart. But I'm pretty sure even a guy like Billy Ray Smith, Leslie O'Neal in this case, 66, 12, 10. I'm almost certain you're better off blitzing the safety alone. Flat pass right, Bert Fernandez. Receiver gets right, incomplete. There was a pass rush, 7 and 15, 1 to 28 sack. It was a 31. Almost another flat pass sack for Michael. 2nd down and 10. That time he blitzes heavily on 1st down. Off tackle right to this, Michael calls it correctly with a run call. Good for him, but Neal still gains 3 yards. 3rd and 7. I doubt we have a good kicker here. But Neal playing so not Neal. Who's Neal? Neil Anderson's Neal. Brian playing so fast, I don't even want to click away and look. And I need to go dark for 1 moment, even though it's a big spot. Now in 3rd and 7, we have Michael staying in a 4-3 against UMill. And you could see a flat pass to Dennis Chantry or a looking pass, perhaps, who cannot possibly be double covered. We've got Neil Anderson against a 4-3. It's an interesting spot here. And we're right, Neil Anderson. Michael vacating the Michael. Vacating containment against Neil Anderson on 3rd and 7. I don't know about that. Field goal is up and good, though, but it's 3-0. And I need 1 moment, right back. All right, guys, I'm back. The glasses are off. Am I better off? Or not? We'll find out in a minute. What we have is Aaron Wright, Johnny Hector, defense calls pass. Offensive line to then 9 of 4, 9 yards. Mike Dial makes the block. 5 out of 5. And yes, you can hear the liveliness in my voice returning. I can see better. 2nd and 1. Hard to have a lot of animation in your voice when you're squinting. 2nd and 1 for Michael at his own 31. He goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. Johnny Hector in there. Flat pass right, JT Smith against the 4. Complete for 7 yards at the first down, and Bobby Hebert's card. Hebert has a 2-5 pick of himself, 2-4 wrong. Michael runs the ball so much. In this format, it's good. In this era, it's good. Run first in this era. And it has to be that way. 3-0 Erie. Off tackle left to Johnny Hector. Defense calls run. No gain for Hector. Hector had a very good year for Michael. A lot of volume, but he was top 10 in the league in rushing, I believe. And it's only 18 teams, but it's not like Johnny Hector has a great card. They only had 702 yards and a 4-yard average. For the Jets that year, Michael was 3 wide, 1 halfback on 2nd and 10. Wants to pick on this outside linebacker 0-4s and maybe run a little more freely. Flat pass right to Mike Dial. Receiver, I guess, right, incomplete. Dial's got nice yardage here. 2 to 7 and 12 complete. With 5, 11, 12, 13 units of 12 yards or more. Other things are +7 and +8, so he's covered by 4. 3rd and 10 for Michael at his own 38, it looks like. I've been playing out the fonts and the display resolution. For memory reasons, I'm going to get some more RAM or something on this machine. I don't know a lot about the computers, but something is awry. I know a good guy, so I might check it out. 3rd and 10, 3 wide, 1 halfback. Short pass, JT Smith. Defense has been double teaming Ernie Jones in these situations. Foreman there. It's an average defense. 5 is incomplete, so Michael punted again. His offense has not really been able to get going much today, but Michael's very patient with it because he's got the defense to count on. 42-yard punt. Goes down to about the 19-yard line or maybe the 20. And no gain on the return from Mark Green. The rare punt return 0. Not a fair catch. It was the 20-yard line. And we had the interception looming even larger now because Michael has not been able to go anywhere, but he's only down 3-0. Linebacker Neil Anderson, defense calls run. Left tackle -1. Henry Thomas, 5 out of 5, makes the play. So Neil's had the one big run. He's the short gain. The stats are good. 8 carries, 80 yards. But the impact from scrimmage doesn't seem as strong yet as we might see, which sounds crazy when you see a guy's 80 yards early in the second quarter. Certainly an impact on the play calling for the defense. 2nd and 11. Brian's mixed it up nice here. Running a couple of times at Neil through a looking pass. I think on his last time he was in this situation. The big back. This is always a big spot. And we're left to Neil. Defense gets his pass. Defensive end -3 or +2, -3. My card, your card, and this time it's Chris Ullman doling out the damage. A 2-yard loss. That's a 3rd and 14. I sense a complaint incoming from Brian. Oh, I didn't roll my card. Oh, it's 50-50. No complaint. 3rd and 14. Okay, 3 wide, 1 halfback. We have, I think, Mike and Nemo in the audience. I'm not certain, but I think we do. If anyone's ever in the audience and you want to Slack me something, that's the best way to communicate. If you have an issue or a point to bring up or a question, I'll see it on Slack. I won't see it if you type it in the Hangout window. 3rd and 14. That'll really be good for shows that we do. Draft recap shows. Of course, YouTube's getting rid of this system. I got to figure out a new system, and I got to figure it out within about 4 days. 3rd and 14. Erie, flat pass left, Neil Anderson. Michael stays home. Double teams a couple of people, but I can't tell if Neil is uncovered or not. He's not. So flat pass right to one man. This should not be a problem for the defense. Chris Miller is the quarterback. We might see that someone actually click something here, or we might not. This feels like a disconnect or someone typing in a long comment. They appear to be connected. Wake up. Spell mode off. Go to sleep. And Chris Miller took the snap. He fumbled the ball. It was a lengthy delay in the snap fumble, 9.7. And recovers it, but then a 2-yard loss. So a lot of going backwards there. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. The punt goes 49 yards. That'll be down to the 42. A good punt by Scribner. And return 9 yards. You generally get some good punt returning here. So even like there was a good punt. It's still a 40-yard net. So Michael with great field position at the Erie 49. And Michael will play the field position game. He wants to trust his defense. Doesn't want to turn it over. He gave it the one big play, but he got a turnover down there. So no points. And, of course, keeping him in the end zone. Short pass Mike Dial. Defense gets his pass. 11 incomplete on Abear's card. Only 11 units of completion. 8 units of must run, which I think are kind of okay, but not going to scare you, but get some yards. Abear 1 of 5 for 7 yards. Michael goes to the 3 wide with Freeman McNeil. I haven't seen Michael run from this at all. He just every time he does this, he's throwing a flat pass. So I mean, make it a little easy for the defense if you're going to be that predictable. I've told guys they obviously should not be listening to these broadcasts. Mike Nemo says yes, it's him. Guys should not be listening to this broadcast if they're coaching. And I'm hoping, yeah. So again, if you're coaching in a game, you should not be listening to our live broadcast. Of course, we're all waiting for the new 2018 ratings file and eventually the game. And we all thought, a lot of us thought the ratings file would be out by yesterday at the latest. And now we're having a weekend of misery. And it'll be at the earliest July 29th. And it's looking like maybe even August until we get the ratings file. So you can hear the melancholy in my voice as I express that. Fly pass left, Mike Dial. Defense calls pass, throwing it to 0, complete for 6 yards. But Michael has a lot of confidence when he gets these maxed out flat pass cards. He's very comfortable just throwing flat pass after flat pass after flat pass. And it actually has been the only thing that's moved the ball for him at all today. I mean, he has very few yards of offense, so those have been his only good plays. But he's had some bad luck on some 4s against this defensive line. So now he's going to go 3 wide, 3rd and 4. I don't like this call at all for this team. If the guy stays in a base 3-4, he's got good corners covering your deep threat. So Ernie Jones might be a 12-18 guy. So see if Michael takes a shot deep to Ernie, who's covered by a 4. He's a 12-18 guy. And this is a big play set. Michael was expecting that his opponent would go nickel 3-3-5 or something of that variety. See if we see this could be a draw for Freeman or a bomb to Tennessee Ernie Jones. Because you can see some movement with his linebackers probably sliding. Someone's probably going to slide out. And remember, right to Freeman, no one there. Plus 12 in the defense first down. Michael says he might come inside. I'm going to go outside. It can be tough to run from the 3 wide, though. But he hit the defense, so it didn't matter. And now the Bobcats are in field goal territory, theoretically. But here back in 1989, field goal percentages are not that strong. Certainly not 21st century standards. The primitive 20th century kicking. 1st and 10 for Ohio at the Erie 31. Short pass, Johnny Hector against the run call. There's a play action. Receiver incomplete. See, Michael's been running the ball almost every first down, but he's establishing it. He's not going anywhere because but he got the defense. He's using the run to set the pass, but he didn't hit it that time. Hector's got 1, 4, 10, 14, 18 unit short pass run. Very good for a running back, but it's only 50-50. But still, that's very nice for a running back, and he's covered by 0. So that's a good target for your short pass in this matchup. 2nd and 10 for Ohio. At the Erie 31, 9:36 to go in the first half. So glad I took off the glasses. I still have a little bit of fuzziness, but I'll take a right to Johnny Heck. Defense calls pass. They got a linebacker there. Linebacker's on -1. Michael running the wrong way there. Running at John Offredall, the 6. Michael running behind his 0 offensive tackles. So the other side would have gotten him something good. Would have got 9 yards. But, sometimes you have to do that, right? This is my strong side. Let me run to the weak side because there'll probably be nobody there against the 3-4. But Brian doing a nice job mixing up which side he's going to plug it. We got 3rd and 11 for the Bobcats. 3 wide, 1 halfback with John Forcade, which is generally signaling a short or long pass for this team. It's still only 2 to 6, 11 to 12 field goal range here. So Johnny Hector's a possible target. Jones has been double teamed. You got Mike Dial. Forcade's some decent must running. Interesting if we see any linebacker double teaming with Brian. JT Smith has been a guy that Michael has thrown to in these spots. He's maxed out short. He's covered by a 5. Not as likely to be double covered. Emerald left, John Forcade from the 3 wide. Defense Fontaine +8 or +21. Richard Bird's a 4. Makes the play. I do not like running Emerald quarterback from the 3 wide. Well, his minuses on guess right. Michael's trying to 2 to 6 down to field. It's a terrible move. What are you doing? No good. Here you go. Take the football. Thank you. 4th and 3, 2 to 6, 11 and 12. Want to go for it? Oh, Michael. There you go. Just hand the guy the ball instead. Don't even try the kick. Just take a knee and let him take over and downs. 2 to 6, 11 and 12. 4th and 3. The 24. I'm going for it. Well, if I go right, Neil Anderson, especially with this team with Bobby Hebert and the flat passing. Well, if I go wrong, gains 5 yards. So this is, of course, Michael's prize kicker that he drafted too highly. I don't know why. This guy's not even that good. Anyway, 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Boy. Big spot, Michael. Think for a minute. 7:30 to go. 2 to 6, 11 and 12. Looking past Baron Fernandez. Defense guesses wrong. Receiver complete for 6 yards. Now, these receivers have got someone getting the flat pass. There's a very low chance. You got 3 units here. So you will see it. Not like 9 units or 6 units. I mean, we saw Josh Gordon and we saw somebody on one of Dennis's teams in a playoff game. I think the Super Bowl, maybe in Somso. Left tackle right, Neil Anderson. Defense goes past. Defensive end 0 +6. No gain. Guess wrong. He has 11 carries for 89 yards, 54 on one, and 17 on another. So it's been 2 big runs for 72 yards and really nothing else with this great card. 3rd down and 10 for Erie. Now, let's see what Michael does here. I can follow him a little closer. He's showing blitz again at 3rd and 10 against Hugh Millen, who's a flat pass artist. You need to be blitzing the safety and staying home with the rest of these guys. There's no white die 6. And right near the Anderson, Michael goes run. Only a 1-yard gain. That's a risky call, boy. Michael. Living on the edge there. Jeez. But it worked out. But that's only 2nd and 10, so my bad. That was bad game calling by me. 3rd and 9. 3 wide, 1 fullback. So Michael Letton doing a good job showing the blitz, goading him into the run, calling run from the blitz with the threat of his overwhelming pass rush. 3 wide, 1 fullback. So good for you, Michael. Good risk there. And Michael showing blitz again. He's playing with fire here. He keeps showing blitz on 3rd and long and not blitzing the safety. Short pass to Merv Fernandez. And that time Michael blitzed the safety, but 7 out of 10 is what came up. We really need help in this matchup if you're going to show blitz. Maybe it goes against what I was saying earlier, but, punt goes 35 yards down to the 29 or so, looks like. Yes. And Troy Stratford with the fair catch. Yeah, plus 11, 9, and 7 on the opponent PR. So almost everything here, it looks like. I mean, not almost everything, but there's like 9 to 12 yards, 9 to 14 yards on the punt return for Michael. So should be a lot of 30-yard nets when he was punting. And Michael's defense, he's able to make him punt often. Johnny Hector back in there. 3-0, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Michael's comfortable in these games in this era, these low-scoring games. He's happy to beat you 14-10 if you can get it. Maybe he's saying, 2, 6, 11, and 12. I'll take every chance I get to score points. So people play that way. Flopper's left to Mike Dial. Defense calls pass. 2 blitzes on. Complete for 6 yards for A-Bear. He was 3 of 8, but he was 1 of 5 or something. Lincoln County, that's me, versus Pittsburgh at 12:55 Eastern today. Don't know if anyone's going to call that game. It would be Michael Dennis. Dennis tends to be pretty busy with the family on Saturdays. Second out of 4. And it's a lot of commitment if you're going to say you're going to call and play a game in the morning, call in the afternoon, like Michael would have to do. Short pass, Mike Dow gets incorrectly. Defender X incomplete. Michael Stewart, the 4 makes the play. So Michael Reeves with a good call, but Michael Stewart with a better play. And Mike Dial can't get the catch. Triple Mike. 3rd and 4. The 4s in the defense here for Erie have been doing the job. A lot of people talk about luck this, luck that. So, I mean, some things that go back and forth. You got the interception, 2 to 5. But your 4s are making plays, 3rd down and 4. For Ohio's own 35. Now Michael was 3 wide, 1 halfback again. He ran from this formation with Freeman McNeil for a first down. In a previous situation not too long ago, with the defense staying base 3-4. Flat pass right, J.T. Smith. Defense calls pass. Michael throwing at the 4 linebacker there. Defender -1 at +4. This time the 5 can't make the play. Leroy Irvin gets to white die 6. Sometimes your 4 gets it, sometimes your 5 doesn't. And it's 4 yards and a first down for Ohio up at their own 39. Kind of an unusual style of offense that Michael runs with these 3 wides. When he goes to it, he's mixed it in. Loves his flat pass backs quarterbacks. So he can take all day to try and make his way down the field. Which is, which is fine. This is a rule set. It's harder to do. But this works for Michael. He had a good season in 1980 after some helpful coaching tips. He's had an excellent season here in 1989. And he's a 2 seed. Can he do something? Uncharted territory for Michael Reeves' club. But everyone left. Freeman McNeil, defense calls pass. Guess wrong. 8 yards on 4 for Freeman, who avoided the white die 1. 2nd down and 2. Now let's see a regular offense here. Don't go fancy Nancy. Oh, he is 3 wide, 1 halfback. There's nothing wrong with that actually. As defense stays 3-4. We haven't really seen Brian flood the outsides. Maybe once versus his 3 wide when he stays base. We haven't seen a bomb to Ernie Jones. Linebacker Johnny Hector, defense double teaming Ernie Jones. 2 yards on a first down in Hector's card. Not a great guess right card. Michael avoided the white die, but enough to get 2 yards and a first down on that. Guess wrong, even, if you hit the white die, you still got a decent chance at it. It's not good, but it's not horrible, I guess. I mean, it's for 2nd and 2, He's averaging 2 yards a carry, 7 carries, 14 yards. Michael staying 3 wide, defense going 3-4. Brian had double-teamed Ernie Jones, worried about that bomb. Again, if you're coaching this game, you should not be listening or watching this broadcast. Making that clear. First and 10. Flat pass left to Mike Dow. There was a close run. And 8 yards from A-Bear to Dial. Makes it 2nd and 2. So the offense is working for Michael. Got to get some points on the board sooner or later. 2-minute warning. I really didn't like that field goal attempt. 2 to 6, 11 and 12 and 4th and 3. Boy, the 24. That's a little too on the 50-50 to tie the game, I guess, but in that situation, I think you got to go for it. In the first half, certainly. Flat pass right, J.T. Smith. There's a 6th head defense calls pass, but 6 yards from A-Bear and a first down. Michael's just, plugging away with these flat pass rights. Brian's like, I want that 10 picked off 2 to 5. You did it to me in your card. Hugh Millen keeps doing it to me. I swear there could be there's a hidden bias in the game. Strat's like, we know Hugh Millen sucks, so we're going to give him more 10 rolls during the game. Ray Bears was at least a starting quarterback, also not very good. But long pass, Roy Green, defense gets correctly, and down goes Bear. I think it was the first long pass attempt from Michael, trying to get in the end zone, and Bear gets sacked. 1:37 to go. But again, it was a 2-minute warning. So you're thinking using the run to set up the pass, but the clock is a factor in the defensive play call there. 2nd and 18, that's a loss of 8 rate by defensive rate Childers. Now it's time for a draw play. Now would have been time for John Forget and run. Let's see what Michael does. But Brian's tricky. He might mix in the run call here. So off tackle left to Johnny Hector. Nobody there. Dreaded 5 -1. And that's going to kill this drive pretty much. Unless we get a miracle play here on 3rd and 19. Michael is still a conservative guy. You might see a draw play here. Hoping for a double box. If not, I punted out of bounds. Erie had the ball to start the game, I'm almost certain. He did. It's 9:46 a.m. I feel like I smell a hot dog. We have these delicious hot dogs we got from the butcher. This place has been in business about literally 100 years. And we just found them. They're not that far away from us. Those link. We had them for a barbecue last week. One of my nieces graduating. They finally got around to a graduation party. And those hot dogs that are linked together, like from the butcher shop. Oh my goodness! I got like that skin on the outside, like you bite and it pops a little bit. They're extra juicy on the inside. They were nice. They're really good hot dogs. Of course, very bad for you, I'm sure. They were not bad for the taste buds. 3rd down and 19. Flat pass left to Steve Smith. Throwing against the linebacker. 0 receiver gets right, +8. 4th and 11 from the 38. So Michael will punt it out of bounds, I'm sure. You have the defensive style. You don't want to give the other guy an easy chance. You're up 3. You're down 3-0. I know, but it's the first half. It's just a different animal when you play with this rule set in this era. It really is like the by the book old fashioned stuff works. Punt it, play field position. Don't take too many chances on defense. Like the steel curtain. Those guys did not have a lot of sacks. And even STRAT, those teams don't have dominant pass rushes. Sometimes, me and Joe Green and LC Greenwood would have good pass rush ratings. And probably some of those teams, someone's going to bust out a 74, 75 Pittsburgh. No, they got 312s, whatever. I guess I'm thinking more 78, 79. But, it was the big problem there was an army of 6s. And they were incredible against the pass, interceptions. And they certainly had pass rush. But there were other teams of the era that had a better pass rush. In STRAT, certainly, I'm pretty sure. And in the NFL, probably. I look at the stats then. 1st and 10, anyway, that was Coffin corner for 38 yards. Left tackle right, Neil Anderson gets correctly, +2. As we're down to the final minute of the first half. And Michael going to take some defensive timeouts. Try and force Erie to throw the ball, risking a sack or interception. Or, hope for a 3-and-out, and Buford Jordan checks in. As I was talking about him last time, they might have a high fumble number, so be careful there. Linebacker Buford Jordan. Short gain, gets right, +16. Buford making his fumble number is only 6.0. Dennis and I were wondering in the first playoff game for Erie, which Ryan, I think, listened to. Why is Buford Jordan the buried man in this team? He's got a pretty good card linebacker off tackle. That's wrong. When you want to save some carries with Neil Anderson, that's the guy to bring in. And Neil's down to 14 and fatigued. And now Brian takes the timeout. Thank you, Michael, for saving some clock for me. I'll now perhaps throw a short pass to one of my dangerous wides. One pass, Willie Galt gets correctly. One blitz on, sack. Billy Ray Smith drops Chris Miller for a loss of 8. So the coaches trying to outsmart each other. And the STRAT guards punishing them both. And Michael calls another time. Michael calls the second timeout now. 2nd 19, but the tortoise and the hare, as Erie will go into a shell here for the final 30 seconds. And Chris Miller will take a knee. Which actually, you don't even get a fumbled snap down when you take a knee. That's nice. Look at this. I was not aware of that. Michael goes another timeout. He gets so much to ruin Brian's rushing stats. As Chris Mill will take another knee here. All right, there you go. 3-0 first half. I like it. Defensive game. Interception for Michael Reeves' defense, 2-5 and 12 on a looking pass. Guessed correctly, I think. Maybe guessed wrong. By Hugh Millen. If you're an Erie Silence fan, you probably really hate Hugh Millen. I think Generation of STRAT fans would enjoy this broadcast if I had my glasses off from the beginning. I love these type of games, especially this era, because this is the STRAT I grew up with. It's hard to score. It's the way it is. It's not wide open, really. It's more, it's like 70s. It's like more of a 70s style. It's more of like, a 14-10 type of game. So 3-0. All right, so Michael gets the ball to start the second half. Kick was down to the 8. Returned 25 yards by Mark Logan. Michael's offense has done well the last couple of possessions. Well, maybe not. He only has 79 yards total offense, 123 for Erie. Sure bet JT Smith got correctly, but boxcar is 13 yards in the first down for Bobby Hebert. That's Michael's version of opening up, is throwing a short pass on first down, which is fine. It works for him, and it can work in this era. The problem I have, because I've done this with teams, and this is my 1980 team, you have a very thin margin of error when you have the super conservative style with a good defense. And I play that way with some of my teams in this era because it does work, but you do have thin margin of error. So off-tackle draw for Johnny Hector on first down. That's dangerous. But defense gets his pass, 8 yards. First and 10 draw for a team that's been running the ball a lot. That's not, watch where you're clicking there, Michael. Make sure. Although he's noticed that the defense didn't bring up a guy, been calling pass. It worked out. Second down and 2, 3 wide versus the 3-4. Last time Brian double-teamed Tennessee Ernie Jones. Flat pass left Mike down. Now we see flooded outsides. 12 incomplete. Good job by Brian flooding the outside there. That would have been 4 yards in a first down. I'll see if Michael wants to go base now that the safe flat pass is something Brian's going to look to take away. And sooner or later, Michael may go over the chop to Ernie Jones in that situation. 3rd and 2 for Ohio. He does go base, blocking back, 1 halfback. Steve Smith should block him back. He's a decent receiver. Watch for that. Covered by 4. Johnny Hector covered by 0. Mike Dowell covered by 4. Looking back to JT Smith. Good job, Michael throwing the look in this time because Brian has not been standing there with 2 guys. Receiver gets right +6, and why not? This guy's got 27 out of 32 complete on the flat pass right, even though he's covered by 5. You worry about the 10 defender minus, but not on looking, only the outsides. So you can throw this card looking better than flat. 1st and 10 for Ohio at the Erie 40. You sense that this drive is going nicely for Michael. 3 wide, 1 halfback. You can smell some points. 3 wide, 1 halfback versus the 3-4. Are we going to see a shot to Eddie Jones? Short pass Ernie Jones. Guess wrong. It's Ernie Jones, not Eddie Jones. Receiver long gain. 39 yards. Michael's been running the ball, throwing flat passes. Gets his short pass wrong against the 3-4. His guys come by 4. Gets a receiver long gain for Ernie Jones. Not Eddie Jones of the LA Lakers with shooting guard. Tennessee Ernie Ford. So I should remember that easier. Tennessee Ernie Jones. Makes the first and goal from the 1. Full house backfield. Dollars to donuts. Michael's going to run 3 times and hope that one of them cross breaks the plane. Wants to avoid the right guard blocking. Just run linebacker and see what happens. Linebacker Bobby Hebert. Linebacker right, put his own -1 and +3. Loses 1. Barry Krause. Kubla Krause is the 5. That was our local nickname for Paul Krause. Was Kubla Krause for some reason. I guess like Kubla Khan or whatever. When you're kids. So the linebacker quarterback wrong, and he loses a yard. Second and goal from the 2. Hard to go off tackle against these 3-4s, and they flood with 2 guys. I think you still want to go full house. Michael is blocking back 1 halfback, and for Arcade, who is a much better short pass passer, but now you're open to the run key. And Forcade's exhausted his end run supply. You wouldn't want to do it here anyway. But maybe a linebacker with Forcade. I'm with Johnny Hector. Defense calls run with no key. No gain at Hector's squad. 3rd and goal for the 2. This is a huge stand here. And the field goal is 2 to 9 and 2 to 10 from here, from the 1 to 2. 2 to 9 and 12 from the 3 to 12 for your kicker that you drafted so high. Can't even get 2 to 10 from the 3-yard line. Definitely a bad kicking unit assessment by you, Michael, there, if you do listen to this game. He took the guy out like second highest, and he's, I don't know, the unit is not one of the top units. I don't think they're in the top 6 or 7 in my rankings. 3rd and goal for the 2 for Ohio. Pros versus the blitz. Short pass, T. Smith gets wrong. JT Smith, rather. Receiver touchdown. JT Smith maxed out. 3rd and goal for the 2. Michael says, I'm going to throw a pass here. I think he's going to go run. If I hit it, it's a touchdown. He gets a touchdown. 6-3. Extra 1 for Norm Johnson. JT Smith maxed out wrong. No long games, but maxed out wrong. It's been good. 7-3. Can he make it stick? You were sensing points in that drive from Michael. Just had that vibe to it. Kick goes down to the 12, returned 20 yards by Thomas Sanders, who has a touchdown on 2. But otherwise, the yardage is not that great. Should I have a hot dog for breakfast? I'm trying to eat a little healthier. That's not doing it. My brother and I went to a German restaurant for his birthday the other night. Certainly no healthy eating there. Some healthy drinking, perhaps. 1st and 10 for Erie at their own 32. I had the 3 sausage special, 2 bratwursts, and a Kreinowurst. Emron Wright to Neil Anderson. Guess wrong. Offensive on tackle +4/+1. Jackie Slater with the block gets 4 yards. We haven't mentioned this is an outstanding offensive line for run blocking for Erie, but they've not really been hitting that yet. So let's see if that plays a factor here in the second half, as they're now down 7-3. 2nd down and 6. Hugh Miller's the quarterback, so flat passes, likely flat pass or a run. He did throw 1 short pass earlier. He's got very dangerous receivers. Off tackle, right to the line. The defense calls run. Nobody there. It is 8 yards and a 1st down for Neal. Brian looks to get him going. Judiciously saved 1 carry with a Buford Jordan handoff right before the half. And get the receivers are both covered by 4s. So you can see where the short pass is appealing. If you do a run play, they've got such big yardage here. You might try to do a reversal of fortune to Michael. Flat pass right to Swerve and Mervin. Defense calls run. That's 10 yards and a 1st down for Hugh Millen. Seven a.m. in the West Coast. But Dennis not listening. 1st and 10. Second half, middle of the 3rd quarter, 7-3 Ohio. But Erie driving. They're across midfield. Short pass, Mervin Fernandez, run key. Wants a receiver rating here. 7 incomplete on your Millen's card. 3, 7, 12, 16, 17 is not that bad, really. Not good. But for a lousy quarterback, 17 is not bad. Short pass wrong. If that makes any sense. So you're saying he's not good, but since he's not good, the column's not bad. Kind of like that, I guess. 2nd down and 10. She's ugly, but she can cook. I don't know. Oh, this probably sounds sexist. I don't know. He's ugly, but he's nice. I don't know. Is that even off? Emron Wright for Neil Anderson. Guess right. 8-0 game. There was a 2nd and 10. Guess correct run call. Brian's had Michael off balance in those 2nd and long situations. But that time Michael came through. Michael's come through with 2 in a row good on that side. So 3rd and 10. Let's see if Michael shows blitz or not. I don't like the way he was using that option in the first half. Michael's not going to show blitz this time. Doesn't want to get hit with a sniper scope that forces him to score more points. I don't Michael doesn't have to score no points. He's only running flat, try a field goal, play defense. That's what he wants to do. Don't do anything risky, which is fine. Actually, it works in this format. This is the stand around, staid, ultra conservative format. Unless you get the right personnel, unless you're lucky, let's get the right personnel on offense. If you have Neil Anderson or Barry Sanders, it's a different story. Lopez Willie Ball, defense double teaming elsewhere. Colts come by 4. There's nobody there, but 6 incomplete on the 1 pass right. Erie was hoping for a defender X reading or even, of course, a receiver with Willie Gault's always a chance. But nobody there. Guy come by 4. Dangerous situation, even on right. But he missed that one. 4th and 10. Now a delay, so maybe something being typed in, maybe not. Bucky Scribner is going to punt it. No coffin corner. Good thing. It's only a 30-yard punt. Down to the 16. Troy Stratford is the returner. Returns at 11 yards, so 19-yard net. And Ohio's not exactly pinned. They're up their own 27. I'm ready for some football. I'll tell you that much. They wait till September 8th this year for, well, September 5th is a Thursday night game, but the Sunday is when it really gets going, right? I do a backyard tailgate. My brother's supposed to be in some cycling, century cycle ride. He does every year. This is the last year they're doing it, so maybe next year for that. 1st and 10 for Ohio, their own 27. Looks like a right, Johnny Hector. Defense calls pass. 10 plus 5. Makes it a 2nd down and 5. For Ohio at their own 32. Second and 5, Ohio at their own 32. Flat pass right to Mike Dial. Defense gets the pass. Defender -3 and -1. It's such a luck against the good. I think they're both minuses. The 11 is -1 and +4. You have a chance of that. But the good, they might both. 10, 11 might all be minuses. But so anyway, they have the defender does not make the play. Still a negative 1 yard completion. They've been now 12 of 19 after starting out 1 of 5. So he's been sharp, almost all with the flat pass and hit the big short pass wrong. Receiver to Ernie Jones for that set up the touchdown, the only touchdown of the game so far. Ohio leading 7-3. Now it's 3rd and 6. 3 wide, 1 halfback. You know Michael's going to throw a flat here. Come on. Is there any chance of anything else? Look at Pastor Freeman McNeil. Linebackers a 6. Defender -1 and +4. 4-yard gain. Hugh Green's a 0. Sets a 4th and 2 from his own 35. Michael, of course, punted. 4:30 to go. He's leading 7-3. It's the error for this. 46 yards. It's down to the 19. The 2 back if there is one. And a fair catch by Mark Green. It's only 1 punt returner, which makes sense because you only need 1 under the rules in the Dennis Crowley Stratomatic universe. Battle Royale / Summer Sprint style. I'm ready for some football. It's 6 weeks, right? Emma Wright, Neil Anderson guessed correctly. 7 + 4. Michael's saying, hey, this is where the bread is buttered. So I've got to put some mold on the bread. I don't know. How do you count the buttering of bread? Got to turn up the temperature. Melt the butter. That actually tastes good. What do you do? Second, long pass. Fernandez gets wrong. Long pass gets wrong. Chris Miller's been the quarterback now. Defensive back in zone. But Steve Atwater, the 5, makes the play against a white die 4. So that wouldn't have mattered, but still. So you got to pay attention when you're playing Erie because he switches his quarterbacks. This possession, he's had Chris Miller in there. You say, now I'm going to go a little more big play. I'm not going to do nickel dime time. But still, you've got a good pass defense. So at 3rd and 6, Hugh Millen checks back in. 1 of 4 for 29 yards for Hugh. No, that was Chris Miller's 1 of 4, 29 yards from last play. Dennis Gentry covered by this Joe. We have not seen him targeted yet. We've seen some double teaming. It's dangerous to double team when you got deep threats on the other side. But this is Hugh Millen in the game, not Chris Miller. So, but Erie is, a good coach in the sense of he knows that Hugh Millen is a flat pass guy. So he's not going to automatically throw flat, if you know what I'm saying. Neil Anderson in there has got some good blocking. He did an end run from the 3 wide with Neil on a containment situation earlier in the game, running at that 4. Hugh Millen's in the quarter. Michael's in a 4-3 defense. Stays home. Don't give up containment, probably. Flappers left. Neil Anderson defense stays home. And 7 yards and a first down for Hugh Millen. Finally does something right. 6 of 11, 32 yards and an interception. But he converts that third down for Erie. It's up to their own 30. Hugh Miller is the most hated man in Erie, I think. Stats are not good. He seems to mess up whenever I'm playing or watching him. Shubes Willie Galt guessed correctly. Chris Miller checks back in. Incomplete. That was a 7 on a 5. A lot of people have to worry about the asterisk rusher from the down lineman. But here he's got Craig Ironhead Hayward, the 6'7". Michael's got to pay attention to who's in their quarterback. Michael has vision issues, I know. So it can be hard to get Miller and Millen, but hopefully he's seeing it clearly. Chris Miller. Michael has an acute vision situation. Am I right, Neil Anderson? Successful run key for -2. Good for you, Michael. Says, not only am I going to try and call some run here on 2nd and 10. First half, Erie was owning 2nd and 10 on offense. Michael's been owning it since then when Erie has the ball. Michael's, I want to put the fear into you. I want to make you scared to run Neil Anderson on 2nd and 10. I want to make you run away from my week 4 at a minimum. Good for Michael. 3rd and 12 for Erie. 3 wide, 1 fullback. Michael's showing blitz. If you're going to show it here, you're going to bring it here. I want the safety blitz plus 2 linebackers. Bump up these guys so you can overwhelm these 7s. There's 2 of them. And so you have somebody against its right guard. He can't be very good. What is he? He's a 4. Show up at Bern Fernandez, a linebacker double team. Receiver gets right. 20 yards and a first down on the linebacker double team. I mean, you got the pass rush advantage. You don't want to use it. You know, figure out something else next time. And we'll take a 5-minute break here. Brian's going to help his wife with something. But a huge 3rd down. Now, that would have been, that 5? That would have been the left tackle 7 against the right end here. I think it was a 11 or a 12. A couple of blitzes could have bumped him up. I don't know. I'm just saying third and 11, just show blitz with the safety. And again, in this era, it's different in the modern era, the dump off. It's in 3rd and 11, you're showing blitz and you have a great pass rush matchup. I understand if the other guy doesn't, if you don't have a great pass rush matchup, but I know you're going to mix it up, but I don't think we certainly haven't seen Michael go for a sack on 3rd and long. And if you're not going to, if you don't want to, look, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I don't want to give up the sniper scope. Don't show blitz then. That's fine. Just don't show blitz. I mean, he's showing blitz every 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11, and maybe once he blitzed the linebacker, but not the safety. Once he blitz, maybe just the safety, which isn't that bad. In this matchup, you need some bump up here, but don't consistently show blitz on 3rd and 10 and not blitz. All you're doing is giving him sniper scope long gain. I don't care who you double cover. All you're giving him is sniper scope long gain. What's your benefit? You get Chris Miller, going into throwing the flat pass. There's nothing wrong with showing blitz and not blitzing, but you're doing it every single time. That's what's wrong. You're playing this conservative style, and every 3rd and 10, you're giving him a long gain if it's a sniper scope because you're showing blitz and not blitzing the safety. Maybe once you blitzed him. Don't show blitz then. What's the point? I lose a playoff game because of this. It's only 7-3. 1st and 10, Erie. Looking past Neil Anderson. Linebacker zone, extra short gain, incomplete. Gary Plummer makes the play. Had the interception earlier. There's a lot to coaching this game, and I know Michael's come a long way. There's a lot of little things. In this set format especially, it only takes one play, one bad call to lose the game. Trust me, I've been there. 1980 against that was a mistake on my part. That was a stupid fumble, but one play will lose you a game in this format. It's a very unforgiving format. 2nd and 10 for Erie. Flat pass right. Albie Brenner. Defense gets correct again. 2-yard gain. Hugh Millen. So Michael guessing pass correctly both times. Michael's coaching fine. I'm not trying to kill you, Michael, here, but a 3rd and 8, okay? Right now in your head, before you click your formation, you have to decide, if I'm not going to blitz this guy in this format, I'm not going to show blitz here right now. And what is he doing with Michael? You've got Steve Waters. Steve Atwater's not even in the game here. Well, this is the default. Hopefully, it won't be. No, he's there with the regular. Okay. All right, so he's not showing blitz now, which is fine. Hope you're not listening to this, Michael. You're not supposed to listen to broadcast by coaching. I'm pretty sure he's not, though. Told him that for the game. Not that he ever has. I'm just letting guys know. I know Michael likes to listen to the games when, just in general. So I'm just making sure people know they're not supposed to listen to these calls when they're coaching. 3rd and 8. So now he's not showing blitz. It makes sense. Only 3rd and 8. Chris Miller's in the game. Linebacker Craig Hayward. And left tackle 0 plus 13. First down. Keeping Lard to 5, and he gets a 6. Boy. A lucky roll there. I know the 8 double box was in play, and maybe he was trying to set up a 4th and short. But he beats the nose tackle 5 for 13 yards. Looking past the Willie Gold is 2 yards, makes it 2nd down and 8. And we're in the 4th quarter. Early 4th quarter, 7-3 game. And we'll take a few minutes for Brian to help his wife. This is the point. See, sometimes I make these points, and I think I'm overreacting, or I'm not being clear in what I'm upset about. This is what I'm upset about. If you're doing something that's risky on defense, and you do it over and over and over again, without using the play call that gives you the benefit of that risk, then you're incurring a lot of risk for no reason. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with showing blitz and not blitzing. I'm not saying show blitz every time. Linebacker Neil Anderson guessed correctly. Snake eyes, long gain on Neil Anderson. Gets right, touchdown, 35 yards. Neil comes through, 19 carries, $134. Erie's in the lead, 9-7. Rich Carlson make it 10-7. And the kick is up and good, 10-7 Erie. And now this Ohio Bobcat offense is going to have to get something going. And they've been doing okay to flat passing and stuff for a little while. And now they're going to have to do it. And if you get a 7-minute drive, you need some points at the end of it. Sometimes this type of offense can go take up a lot of clock without getting a good chance at scoring. The kick was down to the 6, return 26 yards. It's always nice. These older games, the kick return is actually part of the game. And we don't have to leave, hopefully, because of that bug with the touchbacks when you're watching or calling a game. So we've got 1st and 10, 7-13 on the West Coast. I wonder if Dennis is going to listen at some point as he's waking up, having his Cheerios. And on the left, Freeman McNeil, defense gets his pass. Nobody there. Shokin and Freeman's caught 16 yards in the first down. Why up their own 48? Freeman does not get used that much by Michael. He likes to use Johnny Hector. But in this situation, Freeman's, I think, a little better. I guess wrong. It might be the back that I had in there. 1st and 10 for Ohio. At their own 48, 12:34 to go. Listen, has that 2 long game right and wrong. Flap has left Johnny Hector. No one covering him. Receiver gets wrong is nice. So linebacker in zone incomplete as Brian slid his inside linebacker 5 out after blitzing Hugh Green 0-12-2 or what have you. 2nd down and 10. Every play is big here. Especially with the other guys getting Neil Anderson and the big play receivers, even on a short pass. You hate to have to give back to him here in the 4th quarter. You're already losing. And Freeman's in there, 3 wide, 1 halfback. And the defense goes 3-4. It's a tough spot here for the offensive coach, I feel like. It's not a bad alignment for the defense. We'll tackle left to Freeman, nobody there. Offensive onside tackle, only 3 yards. Will Wolford nerfs down to a 0. Sets up 3rd and 7 for Erie, for Ohio at the Erie 49. 12 minutes to go. So Brian, this is Dr. Brian Lewis. No, this is Brian Lewis, the teacher, sorry. Brian hoping to make the semifinals here in 1989. Neil Anderson, who I said should have been the first pick overall. Got him like number 7. Michael tried to come back. 3rd and 7. I thought Michael might try and get a few yards and go for it on 4th and short, but that's not his style, certainly not with this much time left. He likes to throw flat. 3rd and long is not a great situation for this offense. You can almost smell the defense flooding for the 0. So you want to throw flat over here. You know, even if you run it, it's hard because you got the 6 here. You might flood on the 0. That goes right to Mike Tyler. It's coming by 4. Only one linebacker there is a 4. Picked off 2 to 5, the flat pass. Finally, flat pass interception. Could be a touchdown. 2, 3, 9, and 12. It's returned by E.J. Jr. We don't know where it's going to be. Looks like you got about a 10-yard return. That's the thing. You throw a bunch of flats. You're throwing 22 flat passes, and your guy is 2 to 5 picked off. I can get a flat pass interception eventually. He hit it, and he got it there. Erie with the ball, the Ohio 43. Rich Carlos is the kicker. He's a pretty decent kicker. So if you get into a field goal chance here, he got a decent shot for 13-7. Pretty decent kick with this arrow. Off tucker right, Neil Anderson. Dreaded 5, guess right, -1. He goes up to 20 carries. He had 7 fatigued left. 2nd and 11. See, here's where you bring him, blocking back one fullback with Buford Jordan. Short pass, Willie Gold. Even against his run, receiver would be good. Picked up 2 to 5, incomplete. Chris Miller. The good pass defense forces an incompletion on the possible interception split. That would have been a 1st down, an average pass defense. 3rd and 11. So this defense, which has been number 1 in the league, which is number 1 in the league, which was number 1 in the league in points allowed in the regular season for this 12-5 Ohio Bobcat club. They're coming through on 1st and 2nd, and they come through one more stop to force a punt after the turnover and keep Ohio feeling like I have got some hope here. It's a defensive rule set. You're only down by a field goal, but it's hard to score. It's 10-7. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Neil Anderson is the halfback. Might we see a draw or an end run? Now, cracking on 37 is not exactly going to get you into a good field goal. Will he go for it? Short pass, Willie Gold. There's 1 blitz on, and 4 and 3, no sack, 1 and 7. 12 is complete for 11 yards. 11 yards. And it's a 1st down, 1st and 10 for Erie at the Ohio 33. I can see what Michael wouldn't want if Freeze did the blitz and blitz a lot of guys in that position, that situation. Because that's more of a flat pass situation because of the field position, or a draw because of the field position. But you get hit with the 4-man completion. The 1st down here, long pass, Willie Gold. There's 1 guy there. Could be picked off for a touchdown. And down goes Chris Miller. Al Noga with the sack. 3 versus 13 as Michael had at least 1 blitz up there. It looks like more. It was an automatic sack. 1 to 100 on the matchup. 3 versus the 13. So Erie did all that to get on the cusp of field goal position. Went for the throat. Went for the kill shot on the bomb. And instead suffered the sack. 2nd and 17. Pro set. Long pass, Ron Fernandez. Michael's blitzing. Everyone has a linebacker there. Has a free safety there. Incomplete. So the D would have been deadly there. D for deadly. As Michael probably saying, picking right. Everyone knows that Neil Anderson 2nd and 17 could be an option. The offense do it. The defense do it. Offense went for, I think, a good counter with the bomb. Although short pass to Mervin might have been what I was looking at for. And the defense guest pass and blitzed everybody. So some good coaching by both guys on that play call. 3rd and 17 now. 3 wide, 1 halfback, Neil Anderson. Carlos is not bad from the 23 to 32. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive. He was, everyone right, Neil Anderson defense gets his pass. And the white die rule makes it no gain instead of plus 23. So it's a 4th down and 17 for Erie at the Ohio 40. Bucky Scribner. Go off a corner punt, 38 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Ohio at his own 2. 8:42 to go, which is not as much time as you think in under this rule set in this era. And Johnny Hector checks in, but he's been in most of the game. Michael likes to play it safe. We throw a looking pass. Everyone's always thinking of that with offense and defense. Short pass, JT Smith, defense against the pass. A sack would be a safety. Receiver gets right, incomplete. 2nd and 2, 2nd and 10 from the 2. You can cut the tension with a knife here, no matter how your bread is buttered. Second down and 10 for Ohio. Well, it's like a ride shiny Hector. Nobody there. Dreaded 5, -1. Guess wrong. Michael's name when he joins the game is Dreaded 5. Might not want to do that, Michael. Maybe you should put in 2 long gain for your screen name. See if that comes up more often. But 3rd and 11 for Ohio, their own 1-yard line. Michael's just trying to get some yards, and left tackle wrong. Got instead pushed back for 1 yard. He goes 3 wide, 1 halfback. Troy Stratford in the game. Stratford has a high fumble. Do not run it with Stratford, Michael. Please. The season's on the line here. You know, probably see it looking best. Long pass, Roy Green. There's a guy there going by 4 or 5 incomplete. Michael says, go big or go home. Good for him. But it's incomplete on the defense's card. He's a punt from his own 1. Down by a field goal, 7:30 left. Punt goes 43 yards. Bounces back 6 yards. So a 49-yard net punt, which is about the best you could hope for in this situation. And Erie's got the ball midfield, 7:12 to go. They lead 10-7. What a finish we've got here. As the 2 seed, 12-5 Bobcats trying to avoid elimination. You know, Erie scored the touchdown at the end of a drive where Michael had a 3rd and 10, 11. Show blitz, didn't blitz. Double teamed. And the guy got he double teamed correctly, but it was a linebacker. It was with a linebacker, the guy got a receiver guess right plus 20. Also also beat the nose tackle 5 on a 3rd and long on a draw play. Michael not utilizing his pass rush on 3rd and 10 or 11, which is okay. You can choose to do that. We only got to give it 10 points. I'm not trying to kill the guy, but we have a delay here. We seem to be still connected. We are. Okay. Offense here, we're going pro set. 7:12 to go. Huge possession here. Looking past Neil Anderson, guess wrong. Linebacker's own incomplete. Gary Paul makes another play. Hugh Millen. 8 of 15 for 36 yards. No touchdowns, 1 interception. 2nd down and 10 for Erie. Pro set. Which one of these guys will make the semifinals here? Linebacker Neil Anderson, defense gets the pass. Offensive center plus 10, Doug Smith. That LA Ram offensive line. And no big surprise, the teams that are running the ball are here in the quarterfinal. Dennis advancing with Barry Sanders to the semifinals. Off tackle right, Neil Anderson guessed correctly. Defensive tackle plus 1. The defensive tackle makes the play there. Michael says, where was that early in the quarter? On the 3rd and long, when Ironhead Hayward got the draw play for 13 yards. 2nd and 9, 5:42 to go. For Erie at the Ohio 39. We got on the doorstep a field goal in dust time. Short pass wrong. Mervin Fernandez, receiver would be great. 10 incomplete for Chris Miller, who has got 5'11", 15, 17. He's got 18 short pass wrong. Guys covered by 4. Receiver readings to go the max receiver. Completion there would have been huge. But it's not been forthcoming for this Erie passing attack on short passes. He has not been able to hit one of his receivers. Carlos 2-7, 1-12, 23 to 32. 39 for the 39. You might want to stay base and run it with Neil. But Michael, be aware that the offense stays based. Pro set. Here's the cat and mouse. Chris Miller's the quarterback. Everyone knows that you're going to run more from the pro set with Neil Anderson. You're not trying to get in field goal range. You're trying to break containment and go for 4th down. Do you go throw show as linebacker Neil Anderson? Defense calls run 6 plus 8 gets right on Neil Anderson. Take that modern running back. This is third card from 30 years ago. And Gary Plummer with the containment, so it's only 7 yards. It's a 4th and 2. Do you try a field goal 2-7, 11-12 with a negative variable will kill you, or do you go for it? Up 10-7, 4:48 to go. Dealer's choice. 2-4 the negative variable. He's going to go for it. You saw Norm Johnson miss that kick in the first half. Says, I don't know. Plus, if he makes the kick, he still loses with a touchdown. It's not a bad call at all here. You know, it's a tough spot to be in as the offensive coach. Pro set formation, 4-3. Hugh Millen's in a quarterback. I bet we see a flat pass. I don't know. Who you can say anything here? That's going to be probably a run or a flat pass. The blocking's been coming through lately. I remember right, Neil Anderson, even gets his run. There's nobody there. 9+1 on Neil Anderson's card. So Michael called run correctly. It was a fine call by Erie. He was running an end run right against the defensive end floor behind some good blocking, but he hit one of 3, 7, 12, 17, 21 things on Neil's card at 36. That would not have first down. And Ohio takes over their own 31. 4:30 to left. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Trailing 10-7. Needs to get into field goal range for the overdrafted Norm Johnson. 2 to 6, 11 and 12 from the 23 to 32. There's your prize kicker there. 2 to 8 and 12 in further. So you get to the 20 to feel good about it. You get to the 26 to feel like, oh no. 20 feel good about it. 29 to be like, oh, okay, we'll see what happens. 3 wide with a halfback against a 3-4. It's really not a bad strategy, even in this situation. I know you're saying, but Tom, he's giving me a long pass against a 4, but with his only option being a linebacker double team. If Michael's going to run, he's got to run a draw here. I don't think you're going to see a run call when you got a 3-4 versus a 3 wide with 4:30 to go. So Brian was considering his original call was a flat pass to Neil, and he didn't do it. Off tackle left to Johnny Hector. 8+21. +11 with the box. As Brian blitzed Hugh Green on the end run, slid the inside linebacker out. Barry Krause vacated that off tackle there. I think he still probably doesn't know the rules. He might be complaining about it. The previous play of game, Dennis and I were calling it together. And Brian wasn't as certain of the rule why the box applied. He vacated the linebacker, kid. Not kid, we're all men. But, you know, it's an old-timey thing. That's the way it goes. 1st and 10. Not really old-timey. But anyway. So just like that, Johnny Hatcher crosses the midfield, the longest run of the day. He's only got 25 yards. 12 carries, 25 yards before that one. Then you got 1st and 10 for Ohio at the Erie 48. Flat pass right to Ernie Jones as a 6 there. Linebacker zone incomplete. And it was a 6. The proper sliding out by Brian says, you know, I slid out last play and gave up 21 yards on a box. I don't care. I'll slide out again. He thought that was the right thing to do. Would have been a short gain if he didn't. 2nd down and 10. And it's a lot of fun playing these close, tight games. And, you know, both these guys want to advance to the semifinals. In 1999 Summer Sprint, they leave a lot of good coaches. Leave a lot of banter and a lot of involvement to back and forth in the draft discussion this season. As this version is coming to a close, folks. The new version will be here. Long may it rain. 2nd down and 10. Blocking back 1 halfback. Freeman's in the game. Off tackle right to Freeman. Defense guesses wrong. He slid out. It's a double box in play. Nose tackle 0+3. The nose tackle 4. Doug Smith makes the play. A bad roll anyway on the 3. Best he got was 3 yards. So no gain. 3rd and 10 for Michael Reeves at the Erie 48. And Michael, boy, this is right now, I would say you go regular formation and run the ball. Try to break containment. Get a 4th and short. Otherwise, you're taking 2 whacks possibly with Bobby Hebert throwing a short pass. But he's going 3 wide, 1 fullback. Not what I would do. I'll go blocking back 1 halfback, especially since Steve Smith can catch. I'll go blocking back 1 halfback with Freeman. I'm probably run off tackle or run to my left. So 3 wide, 1 fullback. Michael's learned to be more aggressive in these situations, which I commend. We've seen this a couple of times today. Ernie Jones covered by the 0. J.T. Smith's been his go-to guy. Mike Dow has not been receiving the double teams. Roy Green is covered by 6, and 2 long passes to him have been, I think, 1 incomplete, 1 sack. I don't think you'll see Roy Green here. Steve Smith's covered by 4. He's a decent receiver. I would not run from this formation, that's for sure. Short pass Mike Down, not double covered by 4. Foreman in zone. 9 complete for 12 yards and a first down in Hebert's card. The former Michigan Panther Brian Lewis telling us was a fan of the USFL and the Michigan Panthers and the Oakland Invaders, who had Raymond Chester for at least one season, and maybe even Arthur Whittington. I don't recall. 1st and 10 for Ohio. I was a big USFL fan myself. I used to play solo strat football in the attic while listening to New Jersey General games on local radio, circa 1983 to 45. 1st and 10 for Ohio at the Erie 36. 2:42 to go. 3 wide, 1 halfback versus the 3-4 again. There we see a bomb. Short pitch, Jones gets wrong. Picked up 2-4, but not picked off, so it's complete for 12 yards and a first down. Michael Reeves has a first down at the Erie 24 with his lousy kicker, Norm Johnson, warming up on the sideline. That's what all that running does for you. You get that play action at the right time. Only 3 minutes anyway, but still. It's 2:06 to go. Tick, 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 as Chris Berman would say. A 3 wide, 1 halfback versus the 3-4. We haven't seen the flat pass from Michael in a while. We saw 1 as a 6, but not from this formation of the situation. I would not be surprised at a flat or looking pass now. You want to go backwards. Got to puncture that 22. You got to get at least to 19. Looks like a right Johnny Hector. Defense calls run. Offensive on to them. 5-0. No gain. Mike Dial nerfed down to a 4 because Michael's running from the 3 wide. At least he ran from it, though. 2nd and 10. Where's Freeman? Johnny Hector. Freeman's got the short game right and wrong. He does have 7 carries, so Johnny Hector's still in there. 2-minute warning. 10-7 Erie. 2nd and 10. Ohio at the Erie 24-yard line. It would be somehow poetic justice if Michael has to try a 2-6, 11-12 field goal with the scrub kicker who he overdrafted. 2nd and 10. Off like a right move, Johnny Hector. Defense gets a pass. No, 1 linebacker there. 11 short gain. Johnny Hector's got 16 yards and a first down for Ohio at the Erie 8-yard line. Oh, what a game we have here, folks. Right and wrong. Hector has it also on 11. Freeman on 9. So I take it back, Johnny. As he cracks the 4-yard average mark for the game. 15 carries, 62 yards. 1st and goal from the 8. Michael Erie deciding whether to take a timeout or not. Michael needs to let the clock run. Now, Norm is only 2-9-12 from here. Your kicker you overdraft is only 2-9-12. Maybe it throws some picks. It's only an average defense. A sack pushes you back 13-22. Michael takes his time calling a play, so I have plenty of time to click around here, which would be 2-8-12. 2-8-12 or 2-9-12 if you can't get in the end zone. Now, defense has got these inside linebacker 6s and 5s. That left end's a 6. Michael goes blocking back 1 halfback. John Forcade is in. Better short passing card, I think. Touchdown would be huge, of course. Touchdown, you almost like you win the game. Short pass, JT Smith. Gets it correctly. 7 touchdown for John Forcade to JT Smith. JT's 2nd touchdown of the game. And Ohio takes the lead 13-10. The extra point is huge here for Norm Johnson. There's 1:15 left. Thomas Sanders has a touchdown on 2, but there's a wide down 1-4. Defense goes for the block. It's up and good 2-12. And Michael Reeves with 14 second half points takes a 14-10 lead with 1:07 to go. The kick is down to the 12-yard line. Returned 23 yards by Thomas Sanders. And Erie needs a touchdown, down 14-10. It's their own 35, 1:07 to go. They've got Neil, the real deal Anderson. Trademark Evander Holyfield, I guess. He goes 3 wide. Hugh Millen's in the game. Hugh Millen, really? Okay. You get a touchdown with 67 seconds left. You get a flat pass right with Hugh Millen, and you subject yourself to the white die with Neil Anderson. And run right, Neil Anderson. 7+4. Michael calling it. Neil just knocking it out of bounds, so might see a timeout or a hurry up here. Neil's down to only 1 unfatigued carry. 26 a buck 56. Erie calls timeout. 1 minute to go. 2nd and 6, their own 39. What a great game we have here, folks. And I do love these type of games. 3 wide, 1 halfback. They go 3-3-5. Every play is so big. In these defensive sets, Everyone right. Unless he gets incorrectly, Brian needs his card. Can he get something big? On the vaunted first pick, defensive end, +1 or +5, Al Noga, who is related to Nico Noga, I believe. Almost, of course he is. Can't make the play, but Michael will live with giving up a 5-yard run on the end run wrong for Neil Anderson, the big spot here. 3rd and 1. Erie calls their second timeout. Neil can't get out of bounds. Now he's fatigued. But he got a couple of runs of that before it's a real problem. 27-161 for the man who's had a tremendous season. 3rd and 1, Erie, their own 44. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Hugh Millen in the game. What's good with a flat pass here is an incompletion stops the clock. If you run it and don't get the first down, you might not stop the clock. That's 50-50. Well, tackle to the Atlantis, nobody there. Box in play. Box would be huge. Guess wrong, but the white die's in effect. It hits a box, 18 yards and a first down. Erie down to the Ohio 38. Of course, not getting out of bounds on that. Calls his final timeout. Oh, my stars and garters. Calls his final timeout with 45 seconds to go. Oh, no, Johnny. If you haven't seen the movie Arsenic and Old Lace, you should. With Peter Lorre and Cary Grant as the lead, and Peter Lorre, very funny movie from the 1930s. You'll get that reference. And another actor doing a sort of Boris Karloff impersonation. But now no timeouts. 1st and 10 for the 38 for Erie. They go 3 wide, 1 halfback against a 4-3, Michael. No, sir. He's got no timeouts. Go nickel, buddy. Oh, Michael. No, Johnny. Long pass by Fernandez. Nobody there. Clear by 4. Got a blitz on. The pass rush is huge. It's Hugh Millen, though. So you need the defense's card. Not incomplete Hugh Millen's card, as are most things. 3-11 and 12, 4 units of completion. Why is Hugh Millen in the game? With no timeouts and 30 seconds. Now Chris Miller comes in. Thank you, sir. Good night, nurse. It also would be incomplete on Chris Miller, who has 4 and 5. Now Michael goes nickel 3-3-5. Yeah. That was a little too close for comfort there, Mr. Reeves. 2nd and 10 for Erie. At the Ohio 30, he needs a touchdown. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Neil is 2 more probably. 1 more until the next fatigue level. Offense has no timeouts. This is what it's about. Getting to a tight playoff game to make the semifinals in a big league that we've all been invested in for this season. Everyone right, Neil Anderson, defense gets the pass to the linebacker there. So he's a 2 or 3 in the wide die, otherwise he's in trouble. It's a 1 on the wide die, -1. So it's a 3rd and 11. And did not get out of bounds. Now you got to go hurry up. You only got 15 seconds left. He called that other timeout too. That should have been a hurry up situation on the other one. He should not have called his last time out there. Should have saved the 1 for this type of thing. And he would have 30 seconds left then. Now you probably have 22. Now you probably have 22 instead of 15. You probably have 1 more play if you get a first down. 3rd and 11, 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun this time around. Chris Miller in. 15 seconds to go. You need a completion for a first down, and you probably got to spike it if your guy can't get out of bounds. You might only have 2 plays left. Obviously can't run it here. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Michael's done a lot of double teaming. I'll see if he stands around this time. Maybe double with Mervin and slide the inside linebacker out. Brian's trying to find a guy who's not going to be double teamed. Maybe Neil Anderson because of Leslie O'Neal. Michael, not the most aggressive blitzer in the world, that's for sure. What a game this is. Was Michael on defense taking his time now? What should I do? He consults the Oracle at Delphi. Long pass, Willie Gault. There's 1 man there. Gault's covered by 4. There's 1 blitz on. It's not a big blitzer. 7 incomplete on Chris Miller's car, I guess correctly. And this will be it right now for the Erie Silence, 4th and 11. That would be a first down on a short pass. Right, wrong, or double teamed. But he knows he needs a touchdown, so it was not really a bad idea Thinking Michael's going to double team elsewhere, maybe vacate the long pass zone, which would not be the first time he's done that this morning, unless you're in Australia. 4th and 11. 8 seconds to go. Fourth and 11, Erie. The Ohio 39, 8 seconds left. Michael choosing his defensive formation. Not sure what he wants to do. It's only your formation, Michael. You pretty much got two. Nickel or dime, Michael. Two choices. Oh, maybe he's thinking 3-man line, 4-man line. Well, there's one thing to anticipate. The suspense is one thing. Boredom is another. I don't think we're disconnected here. Hard-hitting Jay Villing checking in for the end of this one. Jay's bail bondsman going to action 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, hosting the Wisconsin Badgers, I believe. Oh, boy. Are we okay here? Wake up. Spell it off. Are we all right? Question mark. Scratch that. Are we all right? Question mark. Go to sleep. This has been, Jay would get a kick out of this because I take a long time coaching myself in these spots, but this is, I believe, in 90 seconds to choose Michael's defensive formation. Wake up. Everything all right in this game? Question mark. Press enter key. Go to sleep. All right, Michael goes dime 416. Probably the worst option he could have chosen. Okay. It's a good thing you took time thinking about it. Okay. Let me take 2 minutes off the real clock for my defensive formation. 8 seconds to go, and then choose probably the worst option. I like the dime for the 416 in theory, but give him 2 shots at a 50-50 flat pass wrong. Well, it is Chris Miller. All right, so 4th and 11. Erie at the Ohio 39. 8 seconds to go. Brian threw a bomb to Willie Gault on 3rd and 11. That was 7 incomplete on the quarterback's card. Would have been a first down short pass, but you know what he's thinking. Brian locks in his play, and the defense takes a timeout. Are you serious? So after literally about 2.5, literally about 2.5 minutes of real time, literally, Michael to choose a defensive formation on 4th and 11, 8 seconds left. He ends up calling a timeout. Okay, he's got 3, so that's fine. And Erie chooses their formation, and Michael's going to choose his formation. I call timeout, so I assume he knows what formation he wants to go to. Maybe I'm wrong. Jay telling me that I need to be punished with this 3,000 times over because of my own slow playing. All right, but this time he called it a dime 3-2-6. That's more like it. Why did he switch? I don't know. Why would you choose that one and decide no? 4th and 11 for Erie. Michael goes dime 3-2-6. As inviting as it looking is, it's hard to do that when you have no timeouts and 8 seconds left at the 38. Well, best William Galt being double teamed by the safety, so he needs to get either probably a 4 or 5 on his own card. It would have been a 4, but 8 incomplete. And that's the game. 1 second left. Michael has to take a knee. So barring a Joe Pisarcik situation, it's all over. Defensive formation. I suspect Brian's going to type in some words of congratulations or something. This was a great game, especially the fourth quarter or the second half when Michael took the lead. Erie had to come back. Oh, it didn't matter. That's not even the play I thought I called. Clicked on a long to Anderson, same result, though, thankfully. Okay. So I want to be careful with your clicking, when your season's on the line. So good job of Michael. Again, the good. He said it wouldn't matter, Michael. Nothing to be sorry about. You didn't do anything wrong. And the result was the same. But that's right. Michael's a great guy, very well mounted. Now he's on to the semifinals of semi-sprint, and there's no reason for him to think he should stop there. He's 12-5. I think he beat both Dennis and I in the regular season. I know he beat me. Michael knows how to coach in this format now. Of course, I'd remind, of course, he knows. I spent about 45 minutes live talking to him twice early last season in 1980 after he started out like 2-4 or something. He gave him a lot of tips, and ever since then, it's been smooth sailing. He's been coaching well in this format. But there's a playoff victory. What an ascension from Mike Erie. He's only been online a few years. Didn't know a lot of the rules. This time last year, not this time, but just last summer, he didn't even know how to move his linebackers properly into off-tackle run versus off-tackle blitz. And we spent some time, he and I, talking about that. I spent about an hour with him on 2 different occasions, about a half hour, 45 minutes each time, hour total, giving him tips on how to play in this era, and with his team that he had at that time, which was a good defensive team with Brian Seibert quarterback. Michael had been looking to throw all the time because he finished first round picking a quarterback, but you can't do that in this era. Run to set the pass. So then he started running and playing flat pass. You can stand around and play conservative defense if you're good. And it worked great for him. And he made the playoffs last year in 1981, like 5 straight games after that talk. And then this year he drafted a team that's good on defense, has a good flat pass quarterback. Doesn't have the best running backs, but he still runs it more than half the time. I mean, it suits Michael's style. Now, unfortunately, he tries to play that style. He tries to play the same style in the minor leagues. It doesn't really work that well. Which he has to, so you got to learn that part. But for this rule set, Michael's in good shape with the coaching. And these Ohio Bobcats, 12-5, now 13-5. And he defeated me 17-13. Fair and square. It was a good game. He deserved it. He lost to Dennis 21-11, but he had some very good victories there. Like, he only lost 5 games. Lost to Ron Martin, lost to Dennis, lost to Joe Golden, lost to David Pagic, lost to Keith. So he beat everyone else. So he beat Jay Villing. Well, Rick had a bad year, but so he beat me, he beat Jay. He beat Jay 14-7. Now he's in the semifinals. 1 game away from the Super Bowl. Super Bowl for Michael Reeves. It's right there for you, Michael. I hope you listen to the broadcast. Hope he enjoys it. It was a good game. All right, 10:49 a.m. on the East Coast. I got a game in about 2 hours. I take care of some stuff before that. It's possible we can play earlier. We'll see. But all right, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.